We're with our ethics expert, Chris. So Chris, from an ethical point of view, what's up with this octuplets mom?
Ethically speaking, she never should have had the second in vitro operation. First of all, she already had 6 kids at home, and second of all, she can't even provide efficiently for those 6, so she never should have went out of her way to have more kids. It was a completely irresponsible move on her part, and she honestly doesn't deserve to keep these kids. If she can't provide for them, we should take it upon ourselves to find parents who can provide for them. She easily could have, she didn't mean to have all 8 children, but she could have had selective reproduction after she found out she had more than what she wanted, more kids than she wanted.
So you think the kids should be taken away from her?
Yeah, I do.
Do you think it's fair to take kids away from their mother?
In this situation, yes.
So do you think it's fair to split up the kids?
Yeah, I do. In this situation, the mother can't provide for them. They're going to grow up having a horrible life. I don't think they should be deprived from knowing where they came from, and they shouldn't be deprived of knowing each other growing up, but I think that they should be placed with families that can provide for them.
Okay, good answer. So we've been discussing the ethics surrounding the mother, but what about the ethics surrounding the doctor in this situation?
The doctor also was completely irresponsible. She's 33 years old. He should have only implanted 2 embryos in her, and he implanted 6. And if she was pushing for twins, that means 2 or 4 embryos tops. I mean, that was a completely irresponsible move on his part. And second of all, he should have pushed for selective reproduction after, or before the procedure, because with knowing that there's a chance that she could have up to 6 kids, or even more.
What is selective reproduction?
It's basically an abortion after all the after the in vitro fertilization.
Okay. So do you think anyone should be held accountable in this situation?
I think both her and the doctor should be held responsible. Both sides made irresponsible moves, and there's consequences to irresponsible actions.
Interesting.
The doctor shouldn't have implanted 6 embryos, and she should have done something about it. I mean, she can't support the kids she already has. She should have done something.
From a religious aspect, has any religious groups acted up about this?
Well, I mean, the Vatican has openly said that they do not support IVF or any kind of stem cell research, and they think that conception is a sacred sacrament between a husband and a wife.
All right, thank you, Chris. Now we're going to go to commercial. Welcome back from the commercials. Now we have an expert further on in vitro fertilization. So Alexis, earlier in the programming we've been talking about the situation with the single octuplet mom. Generally, in vitro fertilization happens between a heterosexual male and female who want to have a baby who can. What are some other situations that in vitro happen?
There's also been gay marriages where it's between a woman and they want to have a baby just as much as a heterosexual couple. And an example of this would be Ellen and Portia. It actually hit Star magazine.
They want to have in vitro, it looks like?
Yes. They want to have a child and the ability to take care of a child just like any other normal couple would. I think that this is definitely scientifically correct. I think that they can do it, and I think that it's right for them to do that.
But do you think it's fair for a child to grow up into an environment where there's 2 mothers and no male figure in the relationship?
I think there is. Gay marriage is becoming more and more popular, more people are coming out, and I think that if a child does come out of a relationship where they have 2 moms, I think that it'll definitely make them a stronger person by putting up with different children in the school setting that might pick on them for that.
Do you think it's fair to have a child that, as you said, they would be having two mothers, but wouldn't there be a series of depression because they don't understand the natural ways of life, or they would be screwed up? Don't you think that changes the balance of things since it's not natural between a woman and a woman?
I think it's definitely a step that the parents have to go through to explain why the child not necessarily was made, but why they pursued having a child. I think that it's a natural step, and they have to talk to the child talk about it.
Okay, so you think that there is a healthy situation that could happen even
Yes.
if there is a lesbianic couple?
Yes.
Okay. What about the case of in vitro and surrogate mothers?
Well, surrogate mothers are moms that are willing to perform a pregnancy for a couple that might be less fortunate. In some cases, women can't physically have the child via the fertilization of the egg or the physical aspect and the body structure of the woman. The egg and sperm of a couple gets placed into a separate woman, generally a family member or a friend. So
that they can have a baby naturally.
yes.
Do you think that in vitro should allow surrogacy to happen?
Yes and no. I think yes, because everyone should be able to have babies if they want to, and I also think that they should have the chance if they want. So, and then on the other side, I think that it's not good because it isn't natural. It's not a natural birth, and it's new. It's a new experience. So,
Okay, thank you, Alexis.
thank you.
Okay, viewers, now we're going to go to a local school where they're looking at the octuplet story from a math perspective.